and we're gonna go right into our first match as we got Soares and Zeta, Catherine Zeta-Jones. So we're going off with a slobber knocker out the gate, and no better way to start this. Let's do it.
Yeah, Soares obviously dropping on PC this week, but was out last week for PS4. That means Maverick has had a little bit more time because I know that they were labbing on the PS4 version. So let's see if 1 week has changed up some of the approaches. Obviously made it to inside top 8, so doing well.
You see that early pressure here, DMG going in, but I like that Soares, getting that distance, but both characters really wanting to get up in each other's grills.
That's exactly it. Now Soares, though he is fisticuffs, he has that standing medium, that kick that actually goes a respectable amount of distance. So let's see how that's used in conjunction to obviously the dash punch, which is, if you've been online recently, some online Soares specialty, I'll say.
But it's going to be interesting to see, because with that range, Zeta kind of has like the similar normals. There used to be like the far medium, catching the whiff poke, and now both characters with the SSAs ready on deck.
Yeah, and Maverick right now back up into that corner.
Little by little, each other chipping out. Oh, the walk back. Catching perfectly, just going right into the skybound art. That's going to be that first round.
Yeah, that's the sign of an experienced Zeta player, right? Being able to walk back just enough to get that long range normal in there and cancel out. That's one of the round enders, as I like to call them, for sure, for Zeta.
And I like that. Unfortunately, getting himself into the corner, so Soares manages to get out of that precarious position here, and we're reverse it back to neutral. But nice dominance, just using Zeta's normals in the mid range.
Absolutely, and right now. Look at that Soares pressure. He does end most of his strings either safe or, that delayed medium slam right there is plus. So he can actually, if you don't know, he can actually put you in a lot of frame traps right now. But man,
2D. Good use of the unique just to power through. And now Zeta kind of a little bit low on life, but one big hit here can do it. Got the throw into the knockdown, was the setup. Empty jump low, but couldn't convert. Still one more hit can do it.
Tried to armor, got the connection on the muscle up.
And the rush punch gets stuffed. Nice job just going out with the crouching medium and then just following up with the 6-6A to take first game.
Yeah, first game going to 2D McGee, showing that pretty comfortable in that Soares matchup, which is good. I mean, if you know what the Soares player is going to try to do and what Soares can try to look for as far as getting in, then especially with Zayla in that lance, you can keep them at a nice distance away and convert on some big combos.
Yeah, because that's kind of where you see as 2D McGee's just waiting and ready for those full screen rush punches. So he's counter poking them or even just neutral jumping. So it's going to force Maverick to be a little bit more wary and ate a full combo here. The classic. Counter hit overhead.
Breaker. No, it strikes for the first time, and yeah, that is one of those things where I know, everyone says it, take the throw, but it's hard, right? Because you want to get the read, you want to get your turn back, especially when you're stuck in the corner with a character like Soares, where he doesn't have the DP options that some other characters have.
Yeah. The best he has is just that, like, the 3-frame armor on his unique attack, but even then, that's not really going to save him in all those situations. So, Zeta, who doesn't really have a reversal of her own, can just go to, knows how that feels and goes to town. And look at this nice corner combo here from 2D McGee. Gets the sweep hard knockdown. What's the setup afterwards? Beautiful.
Yeah. The old pogo into the low. It's the oldie but a goodie. Put it on the jukebox because everyone likes to see it. So, I like what 2D McGee did here in that they did not allow the Soares to get any of that momentum, right? Because I've seen plenty of Soares play for the week or so that he's been out, and the most detrimental thing that a lot of people do is end up guarding him. And the reason I say that is because he does a ton of chip damage. Like, even when you're blocking, if you block for too long, let's say you've just, I'm going to play it slow, I'll block some of his specials that he cancels into off of strings. By the time you look up, like, a quarter of your life is gone.
Yeah. And that's like his big strength in a lot of ways, but you know, I don't really think that makes up for the fact that like nothing really knocks down. So when he does get a hit, it doesn't really give him much. So there's the chip there, but only like a handful of moves will leave him, you know, in a advantageous position on guard. And that being either like the medium pound, the EX one, or just like the rapid punches, right?
Yes.
So, you know, taking that into consideration and just, you know, if you keep him out of the far M range, it's not a lot he can do outside of relying on the special moves. So once you put him in that pattern, you know, the sword is just really gonna struggle. Just kind of with how the way neutral plays in Granblue.
Yes, absolutely. You know, his movement speed ain't that exciting. You know, he needs the dash punch sometimes just to get in. Outside of that, he can do his far standing heavy, the hook kick, that'll move him forward some as well. But, you know, outside of that, he's not really going to close the distance unbelievably fast unless he's in Macho Ultimatum. Once the clothes come off, he moves a little bit.
Unfortunately, we kept it PG tonight, all right? You know, there's a shirt stayed on, no Twitch bans, we're A-okay. That's no problem. But we're going to go to loser's bracket right now. So Mr. Lord Joseph Dong is in the Guilty Gear Grand Final. So showing his tenacity and his skill in ArcSys games across the board, right? So we're going to see Corey Bell versus Besh. It's going to be our next match here.
And my man plays on the damn guitar, bro. A freaking Guitar Hero guitar. You know, the funny thing is... he comes up to me on Wednesday Night Fights. He goes, hey, Vi, because he's feeling himself. He's doing so good in all the anime games that we have there now. He goes, hey, so if you did not need a button in Street Fighter V, which one would it be? And I'm like, bro, you need all of them. Because he can only use 5 of the buttons. Can't use 6.
Yeah. You cannot play 6-button games. Oh my gosh.
This is Lord Joseph that plays on the Guitar Hero stick?
Yeah, Lord Joseph Dong plays on the Guitar Hero controller. I wonder if he's actually good at Guitar Hero. Did he just like pick it up as a gimmick, or is he like, you know, going back into 360 days? Did he just jam out all the time and just, you know, that's what I feel comfortable with, you know, throw into Fires and Flames, put some Dragon Force on. I'll nail that stuff.
Dragon Force song, right? If you can get all of that Dragon Force song on the hardest level 100%, combos ain't nothing. Combos ain't nothing. But what is something is going to be this next match. Corey Bell versus Besh. Loser side action. So, you know, this one is you lose and you're out for sure. But we've got the Ladiva and the Fairy. And if you know anything about Ladiva and Fairy matchups, you know it's all about how the Ladiva is going to decide to get in. And right now, Corey Bell starting us off with a little bit of a rockaway. I like it.
You see the classic just whip throw with the throw. Oh, the unique grab. Look how much damage is going to come off. Fairy with tied for the lowest life in the game. Over 50% gone. Besh was not ready for that. But now the neutral's back established. This is where Fairy plays her best, especially against characters like Ladiva. Aren't very super mobile and don't have really any like neutral skipping tools.
That's the thing, right? And there it is. All dogs go to heaven, knocking Corey Bell back into the corner, but Besh, low on life, can't guard too long. Yeah, that's the thing. Lost so much life that first round that even though the neutral was turning in Besh's favor, it was just too little too late. But here's round 2. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, that's always a big part. You know, Besh just has to play that long-range game. There you go. Using the EX DP just to push Corey Bell off, but has to be very careful because once that's gone, you have to rely more on the regular anti-air, which can be tricky sometimes with Ladiva's jump-ins. Oh, the confirm?
Oh, speaking of tricky, laying down GG, getting that super out on the screen just to keep the pressure going, and the chip, and Besh smartly backing up. Another all dogs go to heaven. Man, that's part 2 was all right, but you know the first one was the best.
No, you can't mess with the classics.
That's true.
That's a classic perfect to take round 2. So now we're going to round 3. Okay, whiff lariat. Didn't get the full auto combo after that, but now Corey Bell is in. Try to bait a DP.
Oh, yeah, another EXDP connecting, and Besh cashing out on that, being able to reset neutral every time it hits and knocks you back so far. And look at this GG setup right now. Classic grounded H for an anti-air, and I like the way the Besh is playing. The life is heavily in their favor.
Just not extending any special moves too much. Always just putting out the whip, commanding with the normal. Let's make. Oh wait, guard break. Oh, Oh my god! Jumped over with the drill. Nice reaction, not getting grabbed, but speaking of it, takes her to the floor. Oh, but that DP covering such a good angle. How is Corey Bell gonna get through? Is this it? No, the side dodge. Great punish.
Ooh, that side dodge was clean. She was not taking any handouts. She was like, look, I'm on lunch. I don't have time to talk to you. I can't save the animals today. I'll see you maybe next time.
And speaking of no time to talk, right into game number 2. Oh, it's instant overhead, too far for the upper dog to get.
Oh, there we go. There's a block from Corey Bell. Into the corner. EX conversion. Hard knockdown off of this setup, so Besh is going to have to guess.
Oh, guess wrong. Taking a lot of damage is just going to do it. There you go. Confirmed. Into Skybound Art. I love the fact that after the blocked EX up dog, Corey Bell went for the heavy into reset with the unique throw to get all that damage in corner carry. And again, takes an amazing first round against Besh.
And so important to maximize the amount of pressure you put on after that EXDP is down from Fairy. And Corey Bell really showing like, look, I might have lost game 1, but I'm still going to come out of the gate swinging, and it's working out really well. Now, has Besh in the corner.
Okay. But the jump gets punished again. Besh, very good at calling out Corey Bell's jumps, especially when he's up that close, but he keeps dropping those, like the 2As into the 5A auto combo.
Yeah, that is going to really play a huge factor in how this converts. But as long as that EXDP is landing, Besh is going to be in a good spot. However, it's down now, has to guard. Corey Bell with some plus frames.
Oh, went for the jump air grab. Ladiva with arms wide open, put the room in.
They hit us with this. They hit us with the JoJo.
I didn't know she could fly.
That was weird.
All right, we had a little bit of
So did they play it off? Hold on, let me find out.
That read was just so good, we couldn't see it.
Yeah,
Time literally froze. Oh my goodness.
They literally hit us with the world and just stopped time. Just finished it out, and we'll see what happens. And, you know, like we were saying, online space, you make do with what you got, and we're going to get it all sorted out. But from what I saw, right, it seemed like Corey was, even though the EXDPs were landing, Corey wasn't being deterred from trying to get those jump ins. And it's different when you get hit with Fairy EXDP and they're in the corner compared to when they're in mid screen, right? Because you still, especially with Ladiva, because you still have the threat of coming in with that EX clothesline. And so, you know, I think that Corey was playing that pretty well and trying to keep pressure up as long as EXDP was down, despite being hit with it.
All right, so Corey takes it because Besh got disconnected from the lobby.
You hate to see it, but such
rough.
is the life of online.
That's true. So it's one game all, and we're going to get straight into game 3.
Oh, the first whip. Throwing out the whip special. Nice, just roll into punish from Corey Bell. Now he's grappling.
Yeah.
Bringing up Ladiva's big tools with those B pop. Oh, nice reaction there. Oh, goodness. How much damage? That's going to be enough. Corey Bell now on match point.
You like thick pork chops, Ralph? Because that's what just happened right there. Them double chops out the skillet hot.
You put that on that George Foreman grill, man. That sounds so good right now in quarantine. I am all about it. Oh, try to lariat through. No dice.
Yeah, no dice at all. But gets the sweep and the cross-up body splash. Nice scoop here. And here we go. Here comes the Ladiva pressure.
Yeah, you see that Corey Bell feels like he has Besh shook. So right now he's going for a lot more command grabs, more than he ever did in game number 1. But Besh is answering back, putting out GG, having that space open, but has to be extra careful here. Is Corey Bell is flexing with that SA.
Yeah, but the life is not flexing on Corey Bell's side. Gonna have to be careful. Yeah, that sweep, that blessed sweep from Fairy, gonna take us to battle 3.
Oh, just run up, swinging, punched her right out of the B command grab, and now. Okay, this is good. A little more patience here on Besh's side, but auto combo into overhead. Try to be lariat again. Corey Bell just wants in. He smells blood in the water, but Besh ain't giving him any kind of snack right now.
It's Corey's blood at this moment. Besh is making him bleed his own blood real good, forced into the corner, still got the super to be worried about, and man, Corey Bell gonna have a ton of work to do to try to take this game 3.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better spot to be as a Fairy player. Grappler's in the corner, nice run up 2A into auto combo, connects that time. So it was gonna be on Corey Bell to find a way to get in, but at the same time, Besh had all that room to back it up. You know, he could put it in reverse, look in the back mirror, and not have anything to worry about for miles.
Yo,
and that's like the most frustrating part, because like a Fairy player is just, you know, taking that mental advantage, right?
Yeah.
And saying, please figure anything out. The closest thing you have to reach at me is a move that whiffs on crouching. So as soon as I see you running, I'm holding that down back, putting down the crouching medium or the crouching U.
Yep.
Get that sweep going, and you know, not much you can do at that point.
No, I mean, not much at all. And Besh recognizing that, keeping optimal distance, and that's the difficulty, right? When it comes to playing against Fairy at the life deficit, is that their mental game plan starts to funnel downward, right? Because they only have to worry about so many things once they get that huge life lead, whereas yours starts to expand outward, and you're trying to cover so many different options, and it gets to be a very good mental mountain for you to have to climb. So congrats to Besh for moving on, you know, but definitely a matchup that is a struggle. However, we did see Corey Bell take some advantage when the corner pressure was on the other side. So it's definitely doable, but
Yeah,
it can be an uphill battle.
once you make it through that wall, you know, Ladiva has to bust down, you know, brick walls, stone walls, anything in the way, and it's hard, but you know, once you get there and you make those right calls, you know, that wall will come crumbling down.
Oh yeah, it's demolition mode on full. Like there's nothing left, just rubble on the ground. So yeah, that's one of those things, and a lot of characters have to go through that against Fairy.
Yeah.
So it's not just Ladiva.
Yeah, that's always the part you always have to think about. It's just like, as like a Ladiva player or like a Vasaraga, it's like, man, this suck. This can suck. It's rough, but like there's always that solace in the fact that everyone has to deal with it.
Yep.
You know, you could be Gron, you could be, you know, Catalina, you can have those you know, great normals yourself and be up there with Fairy, right? But at the same time, once Fairy gets going, it just feels the same way. It's you look at each other and like, what do I do?
It's tough. It's that meme on the stockade first time. It's exactly that. But what we're going to have for our first time on loser side is Dapple versus Hungry Kim. Speaking of Vasaraga, the big boy coming out to play. I love to see it. I love seeing Vasaraga work.
And we got some Percival too. We've had so far all unique characters in this top 8.
I love it. I love it. This is one of my favorite Vasaraga colors as well. All right, starts off with a fireball, gets the room for the armor.
Okay, counter hit jump, but the blight coming through. Nice DP on the stance low. Dapple going in with the pressure. I like that. Hit the overhead. Oh, counter hit. What drops it in the corner there? So Hungry Kim getting a chance here. Oh, but nice poke out. Looks like Dapple kind of keeping his space now. It only has the life lead, and one clean hit can lead into that skybound art.
Yeah, that's all it's going to take to throw that skybound out. However, don't doubt Vasaraga's power. Once he gets in, oh man, I thought the follow-up was coming there. Nice DP again from Dapple, keeping that pressure off.
Sweep. I mean, with barely any life, cannot block a single fireball or uppercut, or else that's gonna be that chip damage KO. And there it is, just thrust, piercing Vasaraga in the gut. Round 1 going to Dapple.
Yeah.
That's like the scary position in this game. Like, you know that you can't get chip killed until you get to that last single pixel, and you have to do everything in your power to avoid blocking anything. And that's just adds that extra little bit of tension you don't get in a lot of games nowadays.
The standing dodge with the overhead, that's going to be a big counter hit combo. Neutral jump or empty jump into a low, the pickup off the ESDP, and now charging up the stocks, making sure the NASDAQ portfolio is good. However, Hungry Kim matches out at the right time.
Oh, and then just puts the pressure into the EX grab, throws Percival full screen overhead into auto combo. Oh, gets a clean jump, goes for hard knockdown. Hungry Kim can still make it happen if he gets a combo into Skybound Art, but The 2M didn't do anything after. Next hit's gonna do it. No life here on Hungry Kim, and he just gets swatted.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where Vasaraga went into walk stance there, but realizing that you don't have any armor up, number one. Number two, you didn't have any life to take the hit, even if you did have armor. So he had to cancel out, and it's like you said, Percival being one of the characters with that gun flame, that grounded fireball, makes Vasaraga's work really hard, because walking through that can be very difficult.
That's true. But, you know, when Percival, he does have, like, some cool mobility with his little rush that he has, but I think in one of these matchups, it's not too bad for Vasaraga to get the armor charged up, since it was sped up with how fast he can apply it. So if he takes advantage of how Dapple's playing at that range, he can always make sure he has the armor there, so he can use that in his approach.
Absolutely, for sure. And right now, Hungry Kim trying to keep Dapple in that corner, especially within that far H range.
Oh my goodness! But too far away to get the full hit from it. All that meter gone. Hungry Kim with the life lead, meter lead, but here comes Dapple. Oh my god!
Saw him dashing forward, decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Bloody Moon. And that will score round one for Hungry Kim.
I love it. Hungry Kim staying hungry.
Yeah. You gotta stay hungry, man. You definitely gotta stay hungry. And Hungry Kim is showing that they want to move on in this on the loser side of the top 8. And right now, Dapple gonna have to find a way to get past all of that offense. And the spacing is gonna be the key here. Like how many fireballs are going to pressure or space out Vasaraga? How much can you keep Hungry Kim from getting that coveted corner position?
Yeah, that's like the part you mentioned with like the fireball game and that kind of thing. If you play it a little bit too much and you walk yourself back, then you're just giving Vasaraga what he wants. He wants that corner, so that's why, you know, a character like Vasaraga, who has armor, sure, but no real reversal outside of this, going for the SSA, blocked, punished, let's go. Dapple gonna connect and take round number 2 to get on match point.
Match point for Dapple. Hungry Kim just desperately needs this round, obviously, to stay in the tournament. So let's see if either more aggression comes out or he tries to play a slower game.
We'll see. Looks like Dapple's winning the poke war. Already has Hungry Kim in the corner. So now Vasaraga here fights his way out. That's big.
It's going to be huge. Another tackle. Dapple jumping back, trying to avoid any kind of grounded guard situation. Just doesn't want to give up that momentum. And here we go. Hungry Kim at a huge life deficit in a combo. The full EXDP conversion, the setup. Is it going to charge in his face? Yo, would lighten the grill? It's time to eat? No.
No, it's not time to eat. Hungry Kim says when dinner's ready. But still, he's down to one more hit. The trade's gonna do it, and Dapple eliminates Hungry Kim. Kept him away from the barbecue and that roast bonito. So Hungry Kim's gonna have to go hungry for another night. Sadly.
Yeah. Dapple lit up the grill and was like, nah, I only got enough for one. Sorry. You're gonna have to come back next time.
It's just funny because the entire time on that stage, since Hungry Kim was on the right corner away from all the delicious food, so it makes you feel bad.
It does.
The guy just wanted to get a bite to eat, you know? He just wants a snack. Vasaraga is a big guy, so I'm pretty sure he could have finished off the whole thing himself, but you know.
He's like, look, you got that huge fish. I know you got a little bit for me. Like, come on, let's not joke around. But no, Dapple, like, look, I'm just Dapple for a reason. I got kids to feed. I can't be, just hanging on for stuff.
He's got a whole pool of them.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Absolutely. But Dapple going to be moving on in loser side. Going to face off against Maverick when we get to that match. But I think we are going to jump back to winner's side.
Not yet.
Okay.
Hoslip is not done with his match yet, so we'll just continue one more loser and then we'll go to winner. So we'll do Maverick versus Dapple.
Okay. All right, so we're going to see that Percival again.
Yeah.
Dapple going up against Maverick. I wonder if Maverick's going to switch over to Lance. I know he does play Lance a lot. Or does he want to keep with the stories and keep that keep the tournament experience going with it?
It'll be a lot of fun to see either way. So it's always a good experience too. That's always the most important part from it, especially with a new character like Sori's. You want to soak everything in because it's not an easy character to play. So a lot of this experience, especially with the pressure of a tournament, can be very valuable. But what's also valuable is the win.
Yeah, getting
Taking the victory
that
in,
W up there,
you know.
yeah.
And Lancelot will give it to you on a silver platter. So I'm
Oh.
curious to see how it goes. What he decides here.
This is curious. I like the the idea of sticking to stories, especially if it's a character you want to continue to develop into a tournament character, right? Like this is the perfect opportunity to do that. But at the same time, I can't blame anybody going for the W. Like that's something that obviously you want to do, especially when you get inside of top 8 like this. So we'll be curious. Now, Dapple also has a collection of characters as well. So not just the Percival. And we can, wonder if he's going to stick with Percival. I think Percival does pretty well against Soris, actually. So,
hey guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple of the community events that are happening. One is Danger Time, which is they're doing the SoCal distancing, taking place on the 18th. So it's this Saturday. They're running Granblue and they're also running BB Tag. If you guys want to check that out, if you are in the SoCal region, you might want to check the front page of their tournament to see which games they're allowing. And it's going to be on Beautiful Dude's Twitch, so make sure you peep that. And then we also have, if I even get to it, but no, we can't because they just started their match. All right, we'll get to the next one after this, for sure.
All right, so don't go away from your monitors. Big match here. You talked about Dadpool's cavalcade of characters. Here comes Beelzebub coming through against. So Maverick sticking to that Soris. So this is gonna be fun to see because you have like the pure zoning character that Beelzebub kind of offers. You have a really great projectile. You have a teleport. They're both kind of slow, so that actually works out a lot in Beelzebub's favor.
That is true. However, Soris, once Soris gets in, if Soris can get in, there is the ability for him to run that pressure game and do huge counter hit damage. But Dapple right now showing why Beelzebub, especially at a life lead, I always say this, as a Beelzebub player, you never want to be working from a life deficit because he doesn't really pump out the damage like that. And so it becomes much more difficult to run that strike zoning game plan. And Dapple doing the perfect thing. But here we go. It's nighttime, Raph. Time to take the clothes off, baby.
Oh, but Beelzebub just shut that down. Telling this man, put that back on. We're not Hokuto no Ken here. Kenshiro started this craze, and he's gonna be the last one to get that across. Oh my god. Oh, punished on the roll through. So it looks like Maverick trying to just make his way past and make a read on how Dadpool's playing. But, this is big. Look at this damage. Let's get that knockdown. No reset.
Went for the reset there. Still has corner pressure, but there's the wing to, keep Maverick out, and Beelzebub working that magic, creating the spacing, and giving Dapple the opportunity to move forward when he wants to.
Okay, rush punch off the table now. Used with the EX one. So that really takes away a big neutral tool. And now a nice life lead. Dadpool using EX dive, so the spin kick is now off the table as well. Both these characters have, a special move they heavily rely on. But the EX version is so good that you want to use it, but then your pressure will be really lacking in that. And that's one of the bigger downsides of I think Soris and Beelzebub when you look at them as characters.
Yeah, the EX dash punch for Soris is so good. You want to use it, right? But then once it's off the table, if you get pushed back out, it feels bad, right? So Dapple wisely using that EX dive on his end to make sure that he converted into something that gave him a huge life lead, and that was able to allow him to take that final round of that game. So we'll see if Maverick is going to change up anything. He's stuck with Soris, and let's see if he adapts. Maybe uses a little bit more rolls to get through projectiles. And right now he's playing the chasing game.
Yeah, he's just trying to catch this man. Dadpool understands. Again, you want to play that frustration. You have this tactic where, oh, nice, say it with your chest, Maverick. That's what I'm talking about.
There's the EXDP into Talons. EX dive, corner pressure now. Hoover, the low, cashing out. Nobody does it like you. Nobody.
And that's, again, there's not much you can really do there as Maverick in that situation. You have to really take that. If he armored up through like he did the first time against the vacuum, he might have been able to get out of the situation, but you know, it's hard in the heat of the moment.
It's mad hard, and you know, Dapple sitting on match point right now because of the way he's been able to keep Maverick away for the most part, using things like that EX dive kick and then setting up the projectile. EX Hoover tried to muffle through it.
Wow! It clashed! And he went from the clash to the auto combo. Goes to reset. Maverick with the overhead. Continuing on with the pressure here. Right, Dapple trying to fight out, but this is going to be Maverick's chance, finally with a life lead here. Oh, another clash into the safe version. Oh my god. Again with the chest. Level 3 on the muscle power here. How's he going to use his meter armor through again with the block? Are you serious?
That was sick. Multiple armored conversions into say it with your chest allows Maverick to continue on keeping Dapple at bay for now. Critical battle 3, here we go.
To start, just that active frames on that jumping light from BlazBlue. But now look, he's in the corner here. How much damage is he going to cash out? No, I like that. It's that tech reset, getting the safe jump.
Dapple teleports out, setting up wing. Yeah, Maverick runs straight into it. Wing, Talon, tried to standing dodge, but the dive kick actually was a little bit too far away.
Oh, punish, unfortunately, didn't go for the DP kick, so couldn't get a knockdown or bigger extension, but now, Maverick just pushing forward, rush punching through. Oh, is he
Here
gonna
we
get the
go.
for this? No, he tried to armor back up.
Now he does have a super skybound arc that is unblockable. You have to be right on top of him, doesn't even need it. Double far L's, that standing low.
Checking Dadpool's ankle constantly.
Yo.
And Dapple just standing there taking it. And now we're tied up 1-1. It's just Maverick decided to just put that normal out so many times, and Dapple just didn't really respect it.
It goes further than you think, and it being a low, you know, it's a check for sure. Because on block, it's super minus. But if you're not expecting it, he can throw it out again and then, you know, convert it to a special, and that's exactly what happened.
So you see the change-ups in Maverick's game plan. He's, instead of trying to armor most things, he's going for the side dodge. So in terms of like stuff that happens with the dive, with the fireballs. Okay, try to contest the EX dive, not dice. So now it looks like Dapple finally has an opportunity here to control the match.
Yeah, but look at the life lead. It's not in Dapple's favor. For the first time in a while, conversion on the far M into a dash punch. EX dash punch is down. This is Dapple's chance. Plus frames on the dive.
EX dive is down. Oh, didn't get an anti-air on that early jump. But Maverick can just kind of sit here and chill. Has to be careful. But at the same time, it's like, you know, BlazBlue's mid-screen confirms aren't going to be really big unless he gets a counter hit. So Maverick just got to take it easy right now.
Yeah, evening out that life though, Dapple playing it smart, staying back, not wanting to get a huge hit into a skybound arc. Good DP there, avoiding that plus frame situation on the medium slam.
Oh, almost had a punish. Oh, but he had no life to armor through, and even if he would have blocked the EX dive, I think that would have been it. Now Dapple on match point.
Yeah, Dapple playing real smart right now. Smart stuff coming out there and forcing Maverick to get real aggressive because you do not want to be in this particular situation where Talon is mixing you up. EX Hoover through to the corner situation. Stop it.
And now look at this. Maverick stuck in the corner, gets a big jump in with the jump heavy. Oh, far heavy, overhead. But nice DP. Dapple had enough of that pressure. Oh my goodness.
Come and talk to me. My clothes are off and I'm nice and buff. You know you want a hug. Come on.
Soya! Oh my god, he's just running forward. Dapple trying to just avoid this old man clash. Oh my god, what's it gonna be? Full hit. It's gonna go into
cancel
the
out.
sensei. Talk to him. Tell him what needs to say. Oh,
The black and white super skybound art for the down. Man, Maverick showing what buff old men can do.
That's why, you know, Soares ain't ready for the retirement home anytime soon.
No, my man's is going. Look at this. Medium into of dash punch twice in a row, and the life lead heavily in Maverick's favor. But Dapple showing, hey, look, I'm not out yet. I love that teleport into a meaty. Come on now, this is a match.
Okay, Dapple put in more aggression. Oh, with the throw, so got a throw here from Maverick. Again, DP's right through that medium pound, so no plus frames for you.
Not at all, and I love it from Dapple. Working with a life lead now. Is this a command grab? No, just the strike version, and it'll do.
Yeah, it looks like it punished the medium punch, and that's going to be it as Dapple continues his trek through the loser's bracket, taking Soya down a notch.
Yeah, unfortunately, Suya is out for now, but shout outs to Maverick for, you know, making it go to the limit. And I love the way that he changed up his play. It was really working out. Dapple just adapting one more time than Maverick had, and sometimes that's what it comes down to, right? Like, who makes that final adaptation? And, you know, Dapple able to do that. So shout outs to him.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Like, even like when he was down in life in the third game, and he just turned on the aggression because he'd been playing like a heavy zoning game, you know, going into game 2. So it's like, okay, you know, let me flip the script. Let me show you what a zoning character can do when he, you know, plays that offbeat, off-rhythm offense, working out pretty well. Ooh, all right, we're going to winners now. As it is time for the Lord Host of Dong coming through against DFA Calamity.
Yeah, Lord Host of Dong rocking the captain, you know, bringing him out. Going to step onto the deck, coming out from the quarter, seeing what it's going to be like, if he's going to be able to move on to winners finals. But first, before he goes anywhere, he's going to have to face Calamity's Lil Wayne.
And it wouldn't be a Wednesday Night Fights without Lil Wayne.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
100%.
Whether it's Akito or whether it's Calamity, you know you're going to get party time at Wednesday Night Fights.
The actual Lil Wayne bros.
For sure. Nice conversion off of the homie slide, backing up, dropping that Catalina bot down, and man, my man's is already eating. He's like, yo, it's late, I don't care, open up the fridge. That's when the food tastes the best.
Of course, he wants that, you know, a midnight snack, at least on our end. I know California time is definitely a crisp, almost 10 p.m., so not too bad over there, but look at Host of Dong getting his bearings back. I mean, he just finished playing Guilty Gear, so we got to make that switch up into playing Granblue and get into that special mindset.
Yeah, that can be difficult, but I mean, if you're going to do it with a character, Gran is the one, right? Like, you can keep it basic and do tons of damage. Perfect character to play multiple fighting games with. But Calamity, chilling in the background, still feasting. My man's got a huge metabolism. He's not stopping.
Not at all. And he has enough food. He's going to bring out the bros, and he goes trying to reset. Got the anti-air. That's going to be enough. Nice with the human pyramid.
Caught him jumping, popping rockets, and letting it go. Calamity taking round 1.
I love seeing that. As much as like Yig Super is kind of like hard to watch sometimes, human pyramid attack is just so unique in how it operates. I mean, it's a little bit of the same in the sense that it's really goofy, but the kind of offense you can structure with it is so much fun. Oh my god, look how much damage he's gone through. The Calamity commanding this.
And here comes the homies again. My boys hold me up all day long. Yeah, that was a nice delay there. Calamity saw that Lord Host of Dong was just doing the standing dodge, trying to avoid that slash. He waited just a second, got the conversion, and man, Calamity on a roll right now. Lord Host of Dawn gonna have to pull out some of them Tim conversions to, you know, tie things up.
Yeah, the boot's good because it goes through all of Lil Wayne's summons. So it'll hit Caterpillar, it'll knock out the homies, and this is like prime position. You have Calamity in the corner, but Calamity jumps out with the cross-up. Nice.
Oh, there's the parry. You can actually OSDP that. Not sure if Host of Dong is putting that command in, but finally gets a back throw. Going to try to push Calamity towards the corner. Good standing dodge on the fireball. Man, Calamity running a exhibition on why Lil Wayne can frustrate people.
Yeah, use of that backdash, really good. I mean, happy to fight in the corner too. It was a big part. Wow, just walking forward against the jump-in from Host of Dong.
That was real brave.
Okay, plus frames. Oh, but not a huge conversion there. After the plus, goes for EX boot.
Catalina bot calling out the homies again, and here we go. Missile's gonna have to hold it. The slide, caught him looking.
Nice. That low your boots might be made for kicking, but they ain't gonna do nothing for you when we come, slide in those DMs.
No, DMs were wide open. Anybody could have messaged, and Host of Dawn staring down a match point from Calamity, and right now, it's looking rough. Whiffed on the DP. That one, you know what? I'm not even mad. Online Granblue DPs are hard to punish. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Whatever the case, Calamity got the corner situation now. He's got the bros, the pyramid. Are we gonna see 4 rounds from the pyramid? Yes, we are, with a perfect Calamity now in the winners finals. 4 rounds straight. HPA coming through. That's the important part of keeping your homies close. Even if, social distancing is number 1 right now, sometimes you gotta have your bros.
You just need your bros, man. They hold you up. You see how we got you, King. Don't even worry about it. Full conversion. Shout outs to Calamity for, he just looked crisp. And I wonder, how much of that was, like you said, Lord Host of Dawn just finishing playing gear, right? Having to switch over. Sometimes things aren't as crisp. We saw he got a hit, started the combo conversion, but kind of dropped it there. And it does happen. But the good thing is that he's not out of it, right? He's got that loser side to be able to run through. So Calamity moving on to winners finals, putting himself into that precious 3 out of 5 territory where you have a little bit more time to do your work. But I think we're going to keep with Lord Host of Dawn since we had a delayed match from him. We might see the loser side as well.
Yeah, that would be the next match logically. So it'll be Lord Host of Dawn going up against Besh. So we're going to see Fairy versus Gran coming into this next losers match here. As, we have 2D McGee and Calamity who are in that winners finals, which we'll see a little bit later.
Cool. So the Gran and Fairy matchup is one that is particularly interesting because if Fairy is not careful, right, and tries to just raw set up GG, things like that, a boot is coming. Like, a boot can end all of that. And even if Fairy's in the air, even if GG's in the air and Fairy guards, Fairy disappears. So, it's one of those things where you do have to be extremely careful and really be aware of when Gran is going to try to come flying in, invalidate your whole neutral plan, and now you're blocking, right? And it's just like, oh, crap.
You're right. He has the tools to really kind of keep that game down. So it comes down to maybe a match of normals between the two, but Gran's normals can contest a lot closer compared to a lot of other characters, against her. But yeah, you mean the boot 100% was going to be a big factor. Even the fireball, as long as you make Fairy block, and you're going to just force her to start putting out whip normals. And at that point, you can vary the approach. You're going to roll forward with Gran being, decently more mobile than a character like Ladiva that we saw in the earlier match. So, the Fairy has to be a lot more cognizant and careful to not let the captain in.
No, you don't want to let the captain in. You just want to keep him on his ship. Don't let him dock in your ports. You don't want to see him at all. Look, we're closed. Sorry, we don't have space. You're going to have to take that Grand Cypher somewhere else. And we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we did see Besh come in and do a pretty good job of spacing out the Ladiva, right? And obviously it's a different matchup, but that shows that Besh has that awareness of what Fairy needs to do for Fairy to succeed. Obviously, I mean, you're making top 8s, you know the basics and the strategy of moving forward with your character. But the scary thing with Gran is, and even in some ways even more so than against Ladiva, is one blocked EXDP and you're in the corner and Gran has you in the corner. Oh man, let me tell you, you're going to take a boatload of damage. Like,
you're going to take a Grand Cypher's worth.
Yeah, exactly.
Grand Cypher.
The whole Grand Cypher straight to the dome. It's going to be terrible. But, it's a tool that Besh has to be able to use and has to be unafraid of pulling the trigger on that, because you know what you don't want? You don't want Gran coming in with the Sonic Spinball jumping unique, right? You don't want him doing that. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Besh decides to use that so important EXDP when or if Lord Host of Dawn is able to force Besh to block and get in.
Yeah. Because that's going to be Lord Host of Dawn's game plan, as a protagonist player across all the Arxis games, playing Soul Bad Guy and all that whatnot. He thrives on getting in there. He thrives on jamming on his guitar to rush down, playing that speed metal just to keep you on your toes. So if Besh can keep his composure and make the adaptations that he has to, we'll see a very competitive match. So I'm very looking forward to it, which will be a little shortly.
Should be a good match. Besh just joining the lobby, going to get set up on the opposite cabinet. Obviously, Lord Host of Dawn was already in, so he's ready to go. And yeah, I think it's going to be a really good match. I think that it's one of those matches that really shows what happens when some of the more higher tier, according to the community, characters clash. So this should be a good one. It's almost like one of those old Western gunfights. Like the first person that pulls the shotgun trigger, that's going to be like, it's done. So
well, it's like a shotgun versus a sniper rifle.
That's very true. That's very true. The only thing is the sniper rifle has like a cannon underneath if you get too close. So.
But it's like a bayonet, right? One of those old school with the knife right on the end. So you get too close, right through your chest.
Man, it's wild. All right, Besh starting off pushing Lord Host of Dawn back into the corner, using those whip numbers. Here comes the GG. Oh, that was so smart. Cutting off the air option to escape from the corner. A nice pressure string, but Lord Host of Dawn weathering the storm, and he's in.
Yeah. But even if he's in, though, being in the corner, it pushes, Fairy back, and she still has all that real estate. So this is what she wants. This is what Besh wants to put up. And again, like in the Libiba matchup, have all this room to back up if need be. But see, even after the combo, she's still in a good position. There you go, the EXDP to knock Grand down. Life total is very even.
It is very even. However, Besh wants to stay away from that corner because here it is. One EX boot conversion, and oh, it didn't come out. I thought it was going to be the end. That was definitely a chance to end the round.
Both with the 100-meter. We got SSA on deck as well for Besh if he can get like a clean hit. I imagine we might just be seeing the Skybound art if he can get something going here. Oh, the EX cowboy boot. I'm from Texas, so we don't call them Tims around here. That's the big boot. Working out, and now just Host of Dawn can just kind of chill.
Another one, and he can back up. Timer's ticking away, and Fairy, I mean, what can you really do at this point? Try for the counter hit overhead, nothing doing. He just took it straight to the dome, like, I'm good.
And time is up. Playing the waiting game, Lord Host of Dawn, taking it to Besh, saying, you're the character is the one that's supposed to be social distancing. You're the character that's supposed to be keeping, like running the timer down, but I'm going to show you how it's done. And that's that mental game I love to see.
Absolutely. Smart stuff from Lord Host of Dawn, getting himself round one. But Besh not out of it. I mean, the real thing about that round, the scary part was the hit in the corner. And man, look how far that boot carries you. That thing will take you from Texas to New York in a hot minute. It does not take long before you're stuck in the corner after getting clipped by that boot.
One-way ticket to anywhere.
Anywhere you want.
Literally feet first.
Yeah, absolutely. Straight out the chute. Here we go. Nice block there, but he was at a range where that EX boot gave him some room to be a little bit plus.
Because he's got the adjustments made from like the match he just had where he lost in winners. So just making the right reads, getting the trade against with his EX Fireball. Lord Host of Dawn, what an anti-air! One more clean hit's gonna do it, and look at him just big chilling, not throwing anything out unless he has to, but wait a minute. Looks like a drop. Maybe he wanted to get the Skybound art after the EX whip. Yeah, and we're going back to the lobby, but that's a clear win.
I think that was maybe a little bit of a drop, but like you said, clear win, even though the lobby froze. We got hit with the King Crimson, but it's all good. Definitely finish on the screen, and you know what? 2 EX boots there landed in that round, and both of them were at the perfect time for Lord Host of Dawn to solidify that life lead that he had and force Besh into a similar situation that they were in round 1, where the Grand, I'm good. I'm just going to chill. And you saw Lord Host of Dawn DP in the air 2 times like that. He was trying to catch a whip normal because you can LDP, you can light DP with some of those long whip normals, and he was just trying to cash out. And honestly, with the life lead he had, didn't really need to be scared of too much if he was catching something that she couldn't cancel into a skybound.
Yeah, because that was that big part. Because if you the whole sequence, what you would think would have gone like the EX, whip, pull through, throw out the skybound art. So we have, a giant ball looming overhead. That's gonna be the comeback factor there. But getting a crouching heavy instead, didn't die for it. But then You know, that let Lord Host of Dong have free reign again to control the pace. And, you know, when you give Grant some room, we got that ground boot fantasy coming at you.
Yeah, when there's nothing to fear and boots can fly, man, you're gonna be out of Foot Locker. They're all gonna come out. What size you need, sir? We got you.
That's a big boot too. That kid is packing like size 13s, man.
That's definitely size 13, if not more. The way to bounce you off the wall like that, yeah, trust me, there ain't no 9s.
All right, so Horse of Dong just trying to move in. You know, he's picking his spots with the boot and his jump ins, mixing it up there to keep, you know, Besh guessing. But Besh able to throw out plenty of GGs, play his game, EXGG, nice jump over.
That move right there, the hit grab with the whip, is going to be a critical element that I think Besh needs to add to this matchup to deter Horse of Dong from using fireballs just like that.
Oh, but that's not going to stop him from using the boot. Still a lot of low life here, and this is the perfect spot for Besh. 100-meter, any confirm can lead into the skybound dart or even cancel. Oh, nice uppercut again.
Did you forget? They all go there. They all go there, baby.
Those are just some well-trained puppers. She has those dogs ready to
best boys
at
in
moment's
time.
notice.
Sure. All right, but Besh now in the corner, gonna have to guard. Doesn't want to give up any of that pressure. Just takes the overhead and mashes out. Imagine.
Yo, the bravery on Besh's side.
Oh man, what a button press. But Lord Hosadong, huge life lead, MDP, stuck in the corner, tried to go for the medium, missed the timing on it.
That was really stuck in the corner. I like that dodge to avoid maybe an uppercut or like you saw the crouching light. And now putting on that pressure again, gets the hit, gets the vacuum, sucks him in. But nice reversal.
Yeah, the breakout for sure. The shimmy setups, just dancing back and forth, letting those boots clink on the ground.
Trying to confirm the sweep into Skybound Dart, but I like Besh just blocking, being patient. What's he gonna do here now? Because next hit could really be big for either player, even if Besh has, you know, the deficit going into this situation.
Yeah, one of those hit grabs with the whip, and it's going to be a really good situation. However, knockdown on EX Fireball plus frame boot. Yes, perfectly spaced EX New York to set up the low. I love it.
And you know what I love about this game too? You get those courtesy hits too, unlike other fighting games. You finish with like a light attack, you can get that extra duff.
Yes.
Just to make your opponent feel just that extra bit sad.
Just to let them know, like, yeah, there was more after this. Don't worry about that. Oh, there it is. Sonic Spinball connects, and into the corner we go.
Oh, nice EXDP. So you saw the danger of Besh trying to use crouching heavy to anti-air. Just did not work against Grom's jump-ins. So she lost the grip, but she's controlling the pace now. Even though he has his charge unique. So that could be a scary tool if he lets it rock.
Yeah, if he lets it rock, it can do a ton of damage and blend right into that combo really well. It gets invincibility at level 5, so Besh's gonna have to be aware, but cash out? Definitely.
There you go. Skybound Art, what are you worried about me charging up my sword for? You gotta worry about this jump. Now, Free Willy coming through. And that was nice. Lord Host of Dong taking it 2-0, continuing his trek through losers, sending Besh home. So all Besh has to do is unplug, put his feet up, and think about what he's done.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty, right, of the online tournament environment. That's why these online tournaments are so nice, is that you can play in the comfort of your own home. Even if you lose, you can go to the fridge, get a cold one, go back, sit down, say whatever you want, because it's just you in your home, so nobody has to hear you cursing them out, dropping it. Just do what you want, and you know, decompress and continue to watch a really good tournament. So,
like all of you. Okay, yeah, that's always the fun part. And online does that, you know. There's that extra layer of comfort, but that can work against you too, because there's that tension of a live event, right? That also can be a factor. So it's a lot of little things here and there, but there is something to be said about being max comfortable in your own room, in your own house, when you're competing.
And speaking of being comfortable, none other than Lil stepping back out, comfortable with the homies. Like, look, I'm just chilling with my guys, you know, don't even worry about it. But 2D McGee going to try to make it happen on that Zeta. We saw them go up against Maverick's Soris, look really strong. So this should be an interesting match.
It'll be fun. 3 out of 5, the winners finals here. Zeta and Lil coming out of that bottom rung to scrap it out here to see which one could be, you know, a little bit higher, fighting for that coveted like B rank on the tier list.
Who's gonna stand at the top of B? We'll find out right here. Calamity making a strong case for themselves, trying to even out that life lead. Does successfully slide. DMs are open. Catalina bot drop down, pushing.
Nice sidestep, but punishes the dodge with the counter hit frames. It's gonna pop out. Yep, there's the bros. Carrying him to victory with the overhead. Nice.
I like it. I definitely like it. Calamity's been using HPA extremely well so far in this top 8, and getting people to either jump so he can pop bottles or catching them on that slide, and it's been really successful. Just like his corner setup game. Here comes the Catalina bot, forcing the block. The lows will convert, homie comes out, nothing doing, but still, look at the life lead already, Raph. Huge.
Yep, and that grab's gonna put in a situation again where HPA's coming out, nice block on the low. Has to wait it out, blocks the overhead, double overhead. You thought you blocked it once, you felt good about yourself. You weren't ready for the repeat though. That mixtape got rewound. Play it again, that same jam.
Sometimes you gotta hit him with the remix, and it definitely worked out for Calamity. Going to take game 1. This is first to 3 territory though, so 2D McGee has a little bit more time to adjust, maybe make some adaptations and see how Calamity's continue to approach this setup game.
But look, I like that from Calamity, not afraid to fight it out. Always trying to take his turn. And it's going to force, you know, 2D McGee to really either tighten up those strings or call out Calamity, who's just reapplying all this pressure. And there he goes, just running away.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, the chase game from 2D McGee isn't working out. There's a late tech though, going to be able to keep their turn. Tried to back up there, maybe thought a button was coming and counter hit. However, Calamity holding tight, running out of the corner, letting the homies take the shot for him on the block. I like it.
I like it too. Oh, didn't continue on with the 6-6A. Has to be careful here. The more you put down the Wayne's life, here we go. We have a special little lady coming in the clutch. First time seeing her tonight. Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
Yo, he's like, hey, as soon as this happens, I'm unblockable. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I guess going for the home run swing, and it worked out. Put another point on the board for Calamity. And again, like you said, this set play, catching 2D McGee off guard, forcing him to make some bad options, and already more than a quarter of life gone.
Oh, it's an anti-air. Looks like 2D McGee is not shook yet. You know, he's fighting back. Made some good adjustments from game 1. So you see a lot more coming out. I'm really happy to see. Nice conversion here. Hard knockdown. Did a pogo setup? No, because...
But you know what it is. You know what it is. Put the phone on speed dial, calling out Big Mama. I need some help. Nice standing dodge there. A couple of more needed. Oh, got clipped a little bit and clipped again, and all of a sudden...
One more
terrible situation.
For good measure. Oh, but that's big. EX dive. One more good hit. Pogo doesn't get the full combo. Wow, the whiff grab. The cross Tekken.
Yeah, right?
The cross Tekken double whiff grab.
You hate to see it, but it does happen, and shout outs to 2D McGee for holding on. Gonna run this corner pressure now, and all of a sudden 2D McGee turned up the heat, and Calamity's gonna need to make some adjustments because this game is slipping from his fingers.
Had a little hit there, let Calamity out of the corner, but look at that big life lead. Oh, the EX dive for the whiff punish. A regular dive, sorry. Oh my god. Overhead into counter.
Calamity setting up that Catalina bot, going to run away, looking for space to eat, but no free lunch here. You have to pay full price, sir. Into the corner you go.
Oh, but guess who's coming to dinner? She's here to save the day one more time. Dodges the unblockable. Playing Mario Party, trying to roll as many 10s on this dice. And that was perfect. Try to get a final punish on the recovery, but great job from 2D McGee. making it through all the shenanigans.
Yeah, survived the minigame. However, Calamity not done yet. Another parry into the corner. Homie's coming out to help. Oh, armor's through and the overhead crush. I love it.
That was nice, and now we're up 1-1. I love Tootie McGee's like changes throughout all this, getting perfected in game 1 in a dominating fashion, and just look at him now. Look at Tootie McGee go.
Yeah, going into the corner right now, but Calamity showing that, you know, you might have won the game 1, you might have survived Big Mama coming out, but I got some more. My homies are always helping me out, and 2D McGee in a ton of trouble. A perfect right back at you. Definitely Calamity saying, don't forget what I can do. You might have won that, but I still got the set play, and now 2D McGee's gonna need some sort of offensive rhythm to force Calamity back into that defensive stance.
Oh, there's the option finally. A lot of times, if you catch that counter, you just go for the side dodge, cancel out of your normals, and you can get a punish. Not that time. So you gotta be ready for it. But it's, you know, pretty easy to do. Overhead, nice block. Gets a grab. Now it looks like it's. Oh my goodness! Went up and side dodged, even though, you know, Wade doesn't have a traditional reversal.
And here come the homies' human pyramid attack on the field. Nice block so far. 2D McGee doesn't want to make that mistake. Good block on the lights. Oh no, that could have been a lot worse.
Oh yes, that was perfect. Even though you got hit. Oh, but wait, there's the far medium. Yeah, even though you got hit by the final hit of the human pyramid attack, it wasn't enough time to follow into the finisher. But
yeah,
you know, Calamity held on to take that. Now up 2-1.
That was a fast game 3, and Calamity trying to accelerate the pace, trying to keep 2D McGee from finding any sort of rhythm. But, you know, we've seen it before. 2D McGee make some changes and take a game away. And Calamity definitely going to have to be careful here. A little bit of a life deficit, but we've seen him convert in the past.
That's right. And you see him now just making the right defensive options. You know, that the throw was whiffed there from Calamity. And instead of like 2D McGee going for like the double whiff throw, got to punish, and now has a big life lead. Nice counter anti-air. That's gonna be a wrap. There we go.
Yeah. The
That
full
buff.
golf swing there. Yeah. The
That
buff
buff,
was
look at
massive
it.
for her anti-air. It was absolutely massive. And we've seen 2D McGee convert on it several times.
And that's like one of the biggest things that she always needed, because that had a weird like interaction with a lot of jump-ins, because she was like standing on one part of her like crouching heavy, so it made it really weird. So it's that consistency really what she needed.
Absolutely. And right now, 2D McGee looking for some consistency of his own, following up with another round just to tie things up, but got a little bit of work to do. Nice punish there, tried to deke him out. Mighty Ducks was not on play. Calamity did not fall for the triple deke.
What do you think? That was Calamity's favorite movie. He's seen it before. How many times? You gotta be trickier than that. Okay.
Speaking of tricky, here we go. What's the setup in the corner? Catalina bot into the boards, calling out your homies.
Overhead connects, and that's gonna put match point for Calamity to make it to grand finals. Can 2D McGee find another dimension to his game?
Yeah, gonna have to step it up to 3D McGee, like you said. The second one isn't helping him out any. However, Calamity might not give him the time to do that. Another corner situation, the jump out, I like it. I like it. Just spin the EX, get out of there.
Okay, there's the armor, but you know, Calamity ready for it, not afraid. Dodges against the throw. Could have had a punish there. 2D McGee trying to make these defensive reads here. They're working, but not getting the maximum value possible.
Definitely not getting that max value just yet. Life lead still in Calamity's favor, but 2D McGee definitely was able to, you know, change things around before. But this is match point. This is when the nerves start to kick in a little bit. You start to think maybe these options aren't working. Going back to the lasers, and I like that option.
Nice jump. Oh, looks like Calamity tried to challenge in all of this. It's going to be a hard knockdown here. One more mix-up can do it, but oh, got the hit. Ooh, yes.
Bless the dome.
Dart. Nice. Calamity getting the, you know, drumped on at the last second there, when you'd expect to see a super skybound dart come through, but he wasn't trying to put it out there to get himself out of dodge. And now we're up 2-2.
And didn't call him Big Mama, tried to fight the fight on his own, and the schoolyard bully came around. You by yourself? Oh yeah, let me holler at you for a moment.
Oh, the challenge on the overhead. So this is turned into just the backyard brawl. We're in the schoolyard without your friends or anything. All the friends, calling all the gang to come through, get out of the corner. Yeah, we're just throwing EX moves out left and right.
Yeah, we're just spending the cash. The gold bars need to drop in order to get some purchases, but Calamity matching out of the corner, stopping the overhead situation, and here we go. I got my homies. What you got?
We got your ankles broke. That's what we have. Zeta standing up at the last second. What are you standing up for? And again, match point for Calamity.
Yeah, let's see if 2D McGee's able to stave off another match point down.
Okay, nice sidestep. Very good there. 2D McGee trying to get to the corner here. Almost had a bitter conversion off the pogo.
Yeah, and we haven't actually seen too many of the pogo mix-ups from 2D McGee when they get a knockdown. So maybe that's something that, you know, at the final hour can come out and start to mix things up. However, the life lead heavily in 2D McGee's favor.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get that kind of pressure off because of Luane's counter. So because she's doing like the safe jump there, there'll be no way to avoid it. So you have to make a hard read against it, which I think you see a lot of that happening. But now, Mario Party in effect. We got lightning, fire, rocks.
Oh.
Captain Planet can't save you though.
No, we threw the empty Doritos bag on his chest. He's powered down. He can't do anything. It's just you and me.
Mm-hmm. And all 2D Biggie has to do is just play the patient game. Wait it out. Get that chipped in. One more chip will do it, but nice side tip to throw. Oh, what a neutral jump.
Very nice option. And Raph, we're here. Last game, last round. 2D McGee versus Calamity. Who's going to make it into that coveted Grand Finals winner side?
Yeah, 2D McGee saying you can't go to bed yet. It might be late in Central Time, but we got one more big round to go. Okay, look at Calamity already with a nice life lead, but this is big as 2D McGee gets a big auto combo. Knockdown, goes low, try to bait out the counter. Wow.
Yeah, just a raw overhead attempt from Calamity while stuck in the corner. Brave moves, however, 2D McGee not giving up just yet. EX Tatsu will get him out, but man, 2D McGee is staying on that offensive rhythm and conversion.
There he goes. One more big hit can do it. Oh, but wait a minute. You know who's coming out. Big sis one more time. How does 2D McGee get out? Is his Mario Party powers enough now? He did!
Oh, no!
Gone!
No!
He rolled straight once. He ran on the Bowser's space, and that was the end as Calamity
Oh,
pulls it off. Oh my god.
you hate to see it. He got to the final boss and failed the QTE. Back to the checkpoint you go. I hope you saved your game, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is rough.
Oh.
That is a rough way to do it. You know what? I cannot even be mad if there's
it's like
any
that,
salt about that. It is.
You know,
It is.
You play when you play Mario Party, when you're playing mini games and board games, you know, it's a two-player game. You know, you sometimes the other person's gonna get the jump on you. It's gonna steal your stars, and you gotta hold that.
You gotta hold it. You gotta hold it. And you know, I will give big credits to 2D McGee for hanging in there, facing down multiple match points down, stopping Calamity until the very end. And fortunately for 2D McGee, that was winner side, right? So
Yeah.
sitting in losers finals, not out of it, able to get that coveted run back. But before he's able to make an attempt, we're going to have Lord Host of Dawn versus Dapple in losers semifinals. This is back to 2 out of 3 territory.
Mm-hmm. So we got Dapple busting out the main here. Looks like Lord Hosef Dong, for the Lord himself. He cannot besmirch him with any side characters. We're busting out the big guns, the bow and arrow, straight to the heart. Matera versus Gran. Let's go.
Yeah. Letting the intros rock too. I love it.
I think that's like the BB tag players in them. You know, there's the online etiquette
The
in
respect.
Arceus games that you have to let those intros rock, let the game sink, and, you know, hope for the best.
and pray that the net code holds together. Let's see what happens. Game 1, loser semifinals, top 8. Let's get it.
The last 2 out of 3 set winner of this is going to go up against 2D McGee. So Matera herself got to, you know, not a lot of buffs compared to, like, you know, Vasaraga, but, you know, the corner combos were always really good. But now the cooldown with the EX butterflies are like is less, so she can kind of loop the EX butterflies if she gets those hits.
Yes.
That's very scary because her set play in the corner, you know, very, very strong.
He is incredibly strong. We have a strong Matera here in Chicago, and he showed me a couple of things, but Lord Host of Dong showing us what that boot do and closing out round 1.
Yeah, all your zoning, all of your keep away butterflies, they don't mean much when the boot comes a walking and stomping. Everything in between. Okay, just uppercuts again, not afraid to let it rock.
Sometimes you just gotta let it fly. And Lord Host of Dong able to push Dapple back. However, you know, Matera, not necessarily in a bad situation when she gets knocked back that far. Gonna want to try to keep the pressure on her. Don't want Dapple setting up any of those arrows or butterfly gimmicks.
But it's an interesting match. Played so far mostly mid-screen. Finally getting the corner, but the EX reversal doesn't want anything. Was in the corner for like 2 seconds. Lord Host of Dong's like, I'm good on that. It's your turn. Get in the house. You're gonna be stuck. And we're gonna kick down this door too. Yep, there it is.
How you gonna throw somebody in their own home, tell them to stay in there, and then be like, nah, you know what? I'm in there. We're in the living room right now. That's wild, man. But you know, Lord Host of Dawn definitely making that boot work.
Right.
And we're going back to maybe character select.
Yeah, they don't make a door strong enough.
No.
They don't make a door strong enough to keep Gran out. I'm sorry. I don't know what you heard, but those size 13s are strong enough to get through anything.
You think that's steel on his foot? That's adamantium. He's kicking it through Wolverine style. You can't stop that metal. Better have Magneto in your living room, I'll tell you that. And speaking of magnetism, switching over to Beelzebub, thinking that maybe, you know, he can do something at the range game that Beelzebub can portray. Instead of Matera's like full screen, you can do something a little bit better with a strike zone.
So we'll see. I mean, you still have some of that zoning there, but you do have better, more ground-based pressure and neutral. But when you get the side swap like this, a nice uppercut, and you get an uppercut too. That's always important to have. So even though it's a little slow, having that, oh, you thought you'd pressed. You thought it was your turn.
You thought?
No.
All right, pressure strings here from Lord Host of Dawn, just having fun times. Dapple finally getting some breathing room. EX Hoover, let me holler at you.
You know, so there's that conditioning right there, where Lord Host of Dawn's like, you think I'm an uppercut all the time. What if I don't? What if you respect me when I get close? And now look who's at match point. Because now you're second guessing. Now Dapple has to think, okay, he's not afraid to go buck wild, but you know, when can I press? When will be my chance here?
You're gonna need your own ship. Grand Cypher belongs to me. Host of Dawn not even trying to play around and close this out in 2 rounds straight, but Dapple still has an opportunity. Dodge through the fireball, nice block on the boot, but again, caught at a range where that boot's gonna put Host of Dawn in a great position to push a button.
Okay, that plus frames. Gets the jump, but uppercut again. Coming through. EXTP now on cooldown, but oh, there's the dive. Hard knockdown. This is the chance here Dapple gonna need. But has to be wary. Counter hit, conversion, go to the corner.
Fortunately didn't, but just got the jump cross up into Tempest Blade. Not enough to do it, but the setup here. And look at this, plus frames on that.
Oh my goodness. Gonna block it, so there's no punish there. But gets the challenge. He lost his meter though, so he can't get any more damage than that. But the EX uppercuts your plus frames on the EX Hoover. And look at Lord Host of Dawn wouldn't win any other way.
No, absolutely not. Just letting it full rock. That's a captain with a cowboy hat on. He is partying hard. He does not care. And, you know, sometimes it'd be like that. There were a number of situations where Dapple got just caught up by the boot at the right time or blocked the boot, but it was at a range where Hosudon could press a button and get a confirm on a hit on a light or something like that. So
Yeah.
you know, shout outs to Lord Hosudon for just not being afraid to just he's got the guitar. He's already rocking in the match. So he's just like, look, we're gonna go all the way.
Yeah, he's doing that solo right now. As soon as he gets to it, no one can see him because he's at home, right? But at the same time, you know, he's just stairway to heaven, let it rip,
Just
all the way here to Losers Finals.
the only thing I know how to do. However, in his way, 2 grand finals is someone who I know wants that run back desperately. 2D McGee.
But we'll see what the captain says about this. Lord Host of Dong is going to be a great match for him in a back to 3 out of 5.
Yep.
Let's go.
Even more time to party. Nice block, yeah. Paying attention was 2D McGee, armored on that boot, however, still being shoved back to that corner.
Oh, nice. Catching the boot. I love 2D McGee's use of the thrust in the air. Just kind of like seeing the whiff normals and getting a punish going on there. But again, you see how good Lord Host of Dong is with those uppercuts and how strong they are, just, you know, here and there, sprinkled through. Punish.
Not a big enough one, but the neutral jump will keep him safe. EX thrust out of there, straight to mid-screen we go. And now 2D McGee in Super Skybound out territory. Oh, he could have died there for sure.
Yeah, you could tell he went for like the too heavy, but just a little too slow. And Lord Host of Dong taking full advantage of that, getting that final confirm, round 1.
Yo, what better way for Lord Host of Dawn to close it out than a boot conversion has been his history in this top 8.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations. Against the character with, like, against Zeta, you have to get those punishes ready when she tries to thrust herself out.
Safe jump, baby! Punish!
Let's go.
Yes.
Okay, how much damage? It's gonna be
Gonna
a
go
little
for
bit. What we're hitting
knockdown
next?
setup.
DP on
Yeah.
Ooh. I love that. It's worked 100% of the time. That setup into sweep, into Skybound art has always worked. That's 2D McGee's go-to, and I see why.
Yeah, it's a round closer, and like you said, knew that DP was on cooldown, right? So what are you gonna do? You gotta hold it, right? You gotta guess, and he forced Lord Host of Dawn to make the wrong guess and close out the round. But we're in the corner, baby. This is the captain's quarters. Into the brig.
No, she got out of jail real quick. Sidestep, trying to bait something out. Safe jump. Let's go. Big jump in. Now the captain's in the corner.
Ooh,
Oh my
great
God.
anti-air there.
Go slow. The full conversion should do it. Not even needing Skybound art. Beautiful sequence there. 2D McGee with game 1. Nice.
I like what we're seeing from 2D McGee, withstanding the onslaught from Lord Host of Dawn, weathering all of the boots, and most importantly, making sure that he does not get caught up in the corner for that massive damage sector and can pump out when you're there.
But speaking of damage, almost half-life gone on 2D McGee's side, and he's been the one kind of dictating the pace of this game. But Lord Host of Dong's just defense and the reads and neutral have just been cashing out on all of that.
Yeah, he's looking to add more coin to the coffer of the Grand Cypher, but 2D McGee not ready to give up the wallet just yet. Gotta guess, guessed wrong, didn't get a big confirm, but good block on that sweep because that could have been Skybound art.
But now has a life lead. Oh my goodness. Lord Host of Dong had a hit. Didn't go all the way through it, but oh wow. Counter poke. Anybody's game?
Oh.
Wake up. Sweep.
It's a close one here. Steps
Overhead.
back. Overhead attempt.
Oh, the
Leads
trade with
through.
the fireballs. But
Oh.
what an anti-air. The reaction there from 2D McGee. That was a thing of beauty. Mwah.
That was extremely exquisite from 2D McGee. And now looking at a game point to go up 2-0.
Going down to the wire in that round. But now, look at this strong start. Again, we were seeing just 2D McGee putting on that early pressure. Blocks the EX uppercut.
Ooh,
Let me see that
it,
damage.
I like it.
Oh, there we go. 1 EX, get that. Oh, misses the sweep. He went at an angle, didn't go down. But still, the damage is done, and Lord Host of Dong has a big hill to climb here.
Yeah, this is a mountain raft. It's not just a hill. Nice poke there into a confirm, knocking Lord Shodown into the corner. He can't block another skill. Life bar flashing, you know that means chip territory, and there it is.
Dive, dive, dive! 2-0. Tootie McGee with all of the momentum.
Yeah, maybe he found that extra dimension you were talking about. He took a little break, got something from the fridge, was like, yo, there's a whole nother dimension in here.
Whoa. You see that armor?
That was nice.
Oh, calling out the boots. Tootie McGee looking like 4D McGee right now.
Yeah,
We don't even, we're past 3D at this point.
He's definitely having time on his side. There's nothing that Shodown has thrown at him that he hasn't been able to withstand. And now the guessing game and on the back foot is Lord Shodown.
How does Lord Shodown approach that? We've seen Tootie McGee's reactions with the anti-airs, with the specials. So he's at a point with all this meter. One clean hit's gonna end it. Oh, there we go.
The skies belong to me, says Tootie McGee.
Right. So now, one more to take the match, to get to grand finals. Lord Shodown has to make one heck of a comeback if he wants to get through Tootie McGee.
All right, here's the dance. Uses that laser to go through the fireball. Tootie McGee trying to slowly back Shodown into that corner. Knew a boot was coming. Felt it. He felt the nervous twitch and got a guard into a full punish.
I can't believe it. That's the second time we've seen that. It's that consistency. Tootie McGee showing his power. Gonna go for Skybound Art. Is this gonna be enough to finish the job? It is.
It is.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Oh, straight up. Tootie McGee taking control of the Grand Cypher immediately, earning the run back against the homies. That was incredible displays of knowledge and spacing for Tootie McGee, and forcing Lord Shodown into the guessing game immediately, and then cashing out every time. Like, there was some big damage and combos coming out every time.
Yeah, and that's scary because like he couldn't do like Shodown couldn't get neutral going, couldn't dictate the pace of the match, and that's how the cookie crumbles. And right going into grand finals here, we're gonna have our potential final match of the night. There is a reset if Tootie McGee can get 3 wins, but all Calamity has to do with his fairy.
Yeah, breaking out the fairy now. And how about that? What better way to throw your opponent off than be like, oh, you're back? I got something else for you.
I'm gonna go all the way down to the tier list. I'm on the other side. We're going to the top. It gets to grab the GG.
Yep. Into the GG, setting up the yo-yo combo. And here we go. What side?
Nice block on the overhead. Oh, but the drill to beat the EX thrust. But we get hit. You know what we do? We sweep. Why don't you?
I mean,
Best move in the game. Best normal in the game.
I can't disagree. I can't disagree. Setup here, coming out. GG on the ground. Calamity trying to force Tootie McGee to open up, but the defense is strong. Stores are still closed. It's late.
Oh, EX dive. I like that. Hard knockdown. Now the life lead here on Tootie McGee's part. Oh! Are you serious? What a beautiful call out with the armor. Taking
nice.
round 1. Pretty, you know, even with both life totals low, that was just great decision making.
Absolutely, and we've seen 2D McGee coming from losers finals making great decisions, and it's carrying over in the grand finals. Right now, he's just trying to get those 3 games to reset the bracket.
A nice little thing too you see from 2D McGee is getting a lot of instant block, and that's really good in a situation like this where you know Fairy controls the neutral, but if you can get that meter up with well-timed instant blocks, oh, what a punish. And that's going to make, you know, we could see maybe 2 Skybound arts in one game.
If you just block enough, it is possible. 2D McGee getting a conversion on the EX dive. Set up here, yeah, I like it. You know, you don't want to be doing that guessing game.
Oh, speaking of guess wrong on the dodge, and now 2D McGee needs his 1 clean hit here to take the first game, but you know, Calamity has a bunch of meter on his side. All he has to do is play it patient. You know, can't get hit, but you know, it's typically sometimes not a problem for Fairy.
Definitely not a problem when you got that Super Skybound on at the ready. Can cash out into any direction. Set up here, and 2D McGee slowing the game down. I actually really like this. Oh, got caught by the hit grab. Here comes the XGG. Oh,
the overhead. Going right into SSA. Full animation on Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer and Vixen. Santa Claus can't save you now.
Oh, man. You know, you just said it. Sometimes it's not a problem for Fairy when she gets one good opportunity to cash out, and Calamity ran all the way to the register to take every bit of cash that 2D McGee had. But it was only one round. Game not over yet, so let's see what 2D McGee can do to try to turn things around.
Yeah, again, he was commanding really well and carrying the momentum from winning losers finals, right? It looks like Calamity's getting their bearings with Fairy, but you still see, look at this amazing pressure. What a read on that! Wow, I love that option. Dashing out with the thrust, going for the armor anti-air to call out the jump out from Calamity. But Calamity still with the small life lead here.
Yeah, just a little bit of a life lead. 2D McGee tried to go for a little cross-up, but ended up in the corner. Armor back out, but man, all dogs go to heaven again, saving Calamity from a rough situation. Nice setup here.
Yeah, got the medium hit grab. That's gonna do it into GG. What a combo confirmed. Game going to Calamity. You know, I love that recognition. Saw the hit with the medium whip. Drug it in, got the sweep into Skybound art, and just made it count. That was beautiful.
That was fantastic. And now 2D McGee only has 2 games left to lose. Well, really 1 game left to lose until he's in a very bad spot.
Oh, speaking of bad spots, put himself in the corner. Now Fairy can just walk it back.
Yep. Go ahead and put it in reverse. Not have to worry about it. Nice roll through there into a good punish. Going to get plenty of room. Late tech allowed 2D McGee to keep their turn.
Okay. Drills out. Not too bad. Getting hit by it's not a lot of damage, and at least, you know. Ooh, wait a minute.
Ooh, spin it around.
I love this combo. The confirm from Calamity into another setup. Oh my god, the overhead doesn't get blocked, and one more hit here is gonna take that round.
Just going so well for 2D McGee, and then one mistake, and that damage from Fairy is ridiculous.
I love seeing these confirms. Calamity's Skybound art confirms probably some of the best I've seen. You know, not only taking big damage, but getting another setup from it, and very consistent with it, depending on the starter. So that's scary.
No, it's incredibly scary, and it's one of those things where the combo is just long enough that it forces the opponent to guess when it's going to end, right? You can't fall asleep because the next setup's coming right away.
Okay, mixed up with the double dive, using it to get in as much as possible, but now you lose that combo tool. So even if you get the hit in the mid-range, it's not going to be worth too much. Okay, nice punish. Yeah. Here we go again.
Yo-yo combo coming out. Toss him out, pull him back in, another setup, instant overhead.
Confirm. You weren't ready. 2D McGee thought he had the blocks on deck, but Calamity running that mix, and now we're here with one more game. Calamity needs to take grand finals and take Wednesday Night Fights online.
Yeah, Calamity trying to hit that fridge up for a little late night snack. He's ready to go. Log off. I was going to say go home, but they're presumably both there, hopefully. So, you know, but quick work right now from Calamity, and 2D McGee is going to need to just run some offense, try to force Calamity into a situation where they're not focused on just converting on those big combos and play some defense. Nice whiff punish.
Oh, yes. He walked it out. Baited the throw. Big damage. One more setup here can make it count. Actually blocks the jumping into sweep. We haven't seen anyone else block that, so that shows the power of Calamity. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Okay, I like that decision. Using the armor to get out, doesn't have to, worry about that instant overhead. But that hit grab from that Calamity's using has been paying off massive dividends. And it's a move that 2D McGee's going to have to figure out a way around.
Yeah, especially, the X version, the other one's going to put it on cooldown. So if they, if 2D McGee wants to play this full screen game. The medium hit grab's gonna keep coming out. Okay, spacing against each other. It's a scary position here, as one good crouching medium is gonna lead into that super skybound dart on Calamity's side.
And that's the thing that 2D McGee has to be careful of. GG now out on the ground. Laser, I like that option, going straight through GG, connecting with Calamity, and now 2D McGee in a position to get a little bit of a whiff punish and close out a round.
5 seconds left. The walk forward, there's the grab, but it doesn't matter. Gonna throw out the skybound dart. Time is up. 2D McGee by the skin of his teeth stays alive. Yeah, that was what 2D McGee needed in order to, you know, not be facing tournament point. You don't want to be in that position. And so smart of 2D McGee to go for the timer instead of trying to close out with damage. Yeah, his defense has been very impressive, so I like him using that to his advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, but speaking of which, there's the hit grab again, and now 2D McGee in a rough spot. We've seen it before. The jump back, oh, that was an unblockable situation, but Calamity didn't throw out a grounded normal.
Oh, speaking of grounded normals, that, you know, 2H got hit, but not gonna get a full combo from it. Gonna get the grab into GG. Oh no, a little too early. So lucked out for 2D McGee, who's taken a lot of damage. Still has a chance here, but doesn't block the low.
You know, it's tough sometimes, and it doesn't get any more tough than facing down tournament point. Calamity looking to close it out, and 2D McGee just needs this round to keep playing.
Yeah, that's right. He's got to figure some stuff out, but the early jump light didn't work. Counter hit, but at least the grab comes out for 2D McGee. He's got Calamity in the corner, tried to challenge the drill, no dice.
Immediately out of the corner goes Calamity, and now 2D McGee backing up, getting pressed, GG cutting off the air approach. This is hard.
All this room to work with, all this space to put GG out. Oh my god, gets a big hit. Gonna put up. Oh, auto combo. Is it gonna go right into Skybound Dart? That's it.
Yes, yeah. This should close it out with an EX here. No, uses the regular. The double dog.
Yo. Okay, he's flexing now. Calamity is flexing. One big hit. What a combo to put that over. And the champion of Wednesday Night Fights Online for this week is DFA Calamity with a 3-0.
Yeah, a commanding 3-0. Didn't even break out the Luane. Used the final combo. Was like, yo, you hungry? Don't worry. I'll give you 2 hot dogs for the price of 1. Man, you know, good stuff to Calamity. Also, I mean, good stuff also to 2D McGee for playing that losers finals, surviving the captain, and putting Lord Hosedong out. But, you know, what can you say? Calamity showing that fairy, not going back to the Luane, and pulling out some fairy combos that look real nice. I mean, some real nice situations and in the setup. So when you have to face that, if you don't know and you aren't prepared, it gets really difficult.
Yeah. And that's always like the big part of it, because like you were expecting Luane in grand finals, so then you see, you know, one heck of a pocket character that with what I was seeing, it might as well just be the main with the tech, the combos that Calamity was busting out. So, you know, well-deserved win. You know, a great player with a great character is just one nasty combination.
Yeah, it's a hard to beat combination, and that's why Calamity, you know, taking away the title of Sky Captain for this week, and you know, still fantastic matches. I mean, it's, you know, even though it was a 3-0, some 3-0s are just fantastic to watch because you really get to see a player at a high level flex on a character and show you some things that you may have never seen before. Like some of those fairy setups I have never seen before. So that's the benefit of when you watch things like Wednesday Night Fights. And so thank everyone for tuning in, hanging out with us, enjoying some wonderful Granblue. Thanks, of course, to Alex Valle for running this, and always, you know, thank you guys for tuning in. And big thanks to Raph. I really had a good time.
Oh, it was enjoyable. It was, you know, short but sweet. And Dynamite, I'm happy to, you know, work with you. I love working with someone for the first time. You know, in circumstances online, a little bit different than I'm used to, but it still has that charm that you get from just working with somebody, especially in the fighting community. We're all family. And, you know, the year 2020 and all these, you know, really fun games that have come out, you know, getting to see different combinations and always trying stuff with new commentators. And new
appreciate
stuff
it.
like online tournaments. It's fun. It's really cool.
Yeah,
And I'm
it is
happy
fun.
to have been here. I'm glad to work. You did great yourself.
Thank you.
You've
Big
been
blessings.
on your Ronin Rumbles, your Wednesday Night Fights. You're making a name for yourself, and I wish you the best because, that's what counts. All that hard work.
I am just a man on the grind, but thank you very much. High praises from you. And once again, thank everybody for watching. If you can, before you leave out, check out those Matcherino pages because, it helps out the players, and the Level Up team runs a number of games from both Orange County and up in NorCal. So there are Matcherino pages to be looked at. You can even look at them even though the tournament's over. Go ahead and drop in a code or spread the word if you can. That's so important that even if you can't afford to add anything else in besides the free code, that's fine. Spreading that information helps out a lot because, like Raph said, we are a family in the FGC, and so we can take care of one another if we stick together. So if you can, please check out those Matcherino pages because it helps out. Every little bit helps out.
Yep, do what you can to help out your others because they'll help out you when the time comes too. So that's gonna be it for us tonight. That's it for Wednesday Night Fights. If you're used to this ending at 5 a.m., hey, we're good for now. Even Central Time, I got to go bed at a reasonable time. So everyone who watched, thank you, chat. Thank you, Valle, Dynamite. We'll catch you next time.
Peace and love.